I am photographing Empire Copper Homeware, so let me show you. This is Empire Copper. They are a local Perth brand, but they hand make the most stunning copper, brass, patina homeware, all done by hand. Yeah, so this is their brass clock. I have a bunch of different items that I'm shooting today. I've got coasters, another clock, range for Mother's Day, and I'm going to be taking you with me today as I do the setup, the styling and shooting of that homeware. Beautiful day. I'm just ready to get stuck in. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. So I'll take you out into my living room where I have started to assemble some of the props because I like to keep my studio kind of clean because I always make an absolute mess. Some of the props I might use today, the pink ones at the back are actually for a different shoot. Okay, this was my grand idea. I always thought, how do I get a clock up? So in previous shoots, I've sort of styled it on a shelf. I thought about drilling a nail into one of my backdrops, but I had this great idea last night, stick-on hooks. I was like, genius. So I actually have used a stick-on hook back there. I'm not even gonna touch it right now because I'm still just adhesing it. And I'll stand this up later, and that's gonna be my base for the clocks. And then the rest of the items are actually quite small, so it won't matter too much. And as always, here's the studio assistant. Hi, Bobby. She just, hey. It's butt scratcher clock. It's a butt scratch. On my computer, I've got my brief ready, which goes over all the items I am shooting and on which backdrop. We're doing one charcoal backdrop today and one olive green, a dark olive green. Yep, so I've got kind of like the lighting that I'm planning on doing, which is more moody, side lighting, shadows, and the colors that I'll be mainly using. So this way, if the client sort of just hates anything, like they might not like particular colors or it might not be the vibe, then they have the chance to tell you before the shoot. Then sometimes I actually draw out my shots. Now I don't always follow this to a T, but it just helps me visually think about where I want to put my lighting, where the item might sit, what props I'm going to need, and it gives me a really good base. Lastly, I think I do want to use some greenery in the shoot, so I'm actually going to go outside and see what I could find. I love going and rummaging around outside, finding natural dried props or leaves or rocks. Today I really want some like natural sticks and leaves in it, and people probably think I'm crazy around here because I'm always out there like just picking stuff, or like when I'm out and about, I'll make Jared like pull over to get something. People ask me all the time, where do you get your props? Props is an ongoing journey. I find I see props everywhere, and the more you do this sort of work, the more you're just sort of on the hunt. I love op shops. I love natural props, and then occasionally if I need something in particular, I'll also go and purchase it online. Let's go outside, it's a beautiful day, why not? You wanna come? You wanna come with me? Anything for the park. You wanna come? I shouldn't have said park. I think that's a yes. Let's go, let's go. All right, so we live very close to the park, so Harley is a free wolf. She knows where to go. Lead the way, hound. So what I am looking for out here today is dark leafy greens. I wanna try and put it in maybe a glass jar and like have the leaves really like stretching out to create texture and shadows. So let's see what we can find. Okay, right, so this one's already broken, and in my opinion, that is now free game. Yes, I do like the textures of that and the shapes of that one. Pop that there, grab that later. So yeah, we're really looking for stuff that is already dead. Trying to avoid taking things that are living. I'm gonna leave that in my little pile. How convenient, it looks like there's a dead tree over there. Even Harley found a stick. Did you find a stick? Good girl. You can play with that. Catch up with you later. Well, it actually looks like there's been a cut off or something because there's heaps of dead branches down here. Look at this. Look at this big boy. Is it good? Is that a good one? Is that a good choice? What do you reckon? What do you reckon? Harley's loving it. Well, convenient timing. The guy's coming to take it right now, literally right after I picked it up. He's probably like, what the heck is that girl doing? I'll just be over here with my branches, thanks. How's the timing on it? He just came and asked me if I wanted any more. Bless. Thanks, mate. Nah, I'm good. Got enough. Fun little adventure. Now I'm gonna set up everything, do the lighting, and then I'm ready to go. Yeah, so what I want to do with the lighting today is go a little bit softer. So I'm gonna be putting a soft box on that light, because that's my more powerful light. That will be my key light, and I'm gonna put it on the side. So it's gonna be lighting from the side, a very soft light. And then I might use another light to just illuminate the products just a little bit, or I might even add my filter snoot today and cast a bit of like a window light. We'll see, we'll have a play. I'm gonna set this up now. And like most shoots, I'll probably change my mind halfway through. Just roll you out of the way. I ordered a new softbox. It's a rectangular softbox. I've got umbrellas and I've got round octagon softboxes. And now I just wanted a rectangular skinny long one, because when I want to light from the side without too much spill, the rectangular skinny one would be better. It can get a bit confusing, and I don't think you need to worry about the different shapes when you first start. Just get a nice medium-sized round one or octagon. You're not going to notice a huge difference at the start. It's only when you start really like exploring lighting and getting a bit more confident in it that you will start to need maybe other kinds of softboxes. I would just start with one and then build from there. So now you get to watch me try and set these up. It's always the joys of trying to work out how to assemble them. I'm not a manual person. Like, I don't read manuals. Sometimes that works in my favor, often not. I just get the sticks, look for the holes, you know, that sort of deal. Who's that? Jared's home. Daddy's home. Oh, Harley, come here. Who is it? Okay, that looks about right. Lucky I have a strong man who just got home to help me set it up.
That's it.
It's crazy, hey? It doesn't look like it'll go, and then, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know it.
There you go. It's just as easy as that. I'm sure there's tutorials online on how to do it. This ain't one of them. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna put a cover on the front of it, and that's gonna be my side light, and then that's that. I'm using my 8600 Pro as my key light. That's the one I'm gonna put that softbox on, and then possibly add another backlight onto the product, but we'll see. We might only need one light today. I'm gonna put this at this side because I have more room. Yes, queen. Probably just start it there and see what it looks like. I've got my first baseline set up ready to go, and now I'm going to test the lighting and then add the props, because I always add the product and then kind of like build the props around the product. And this one is a bit of a minimalist shoot, so we won't be using too many props, but sort of like get the lighting right first. So I'm just like got my soft light from the side here, and I got my product up there, and I think I'm a genius with the stick-on nail, so this would be more like the shot, more like this. So we're gonna add, I'm not sure about the gray yet, but we'll see. I take some test shots and then fiddle with the lighting until I love it. So I do like to shoot quite wide for product photography to get all the products in focus. So I'm starting at f10, I might go to f12. Around there would be good. These are bigger products, so it's not as noticeable. When you're working with small products, you can really see the difference in aperture. Good. So I'm going to turn that down. I'm just not sure about the base, that grey for this one. I might go a bit of a darker colour, so I'm going to go have a little play. Okay, so I've got a couple surfaces here I want to play with. I want to try a dark wood. I'd prefer to use this than a backdrop, but I do have backdrops in case. I have used this before in their shoot, so I was gonna go a bit different, but I might be able to use it in a different way. And it's just such a beautiful piece of wood. And I'd love to be able to use that, so. And if the wood doesn't work, then I'm gonna just opt with the same color backdrop as the bottom, which is like a charcoal color. So. Could work, so yes, okay, that's right. So if I put that like, what I'm trying to do is get like the edge of the table. Okay, I'm actually starting to like how that looks. Pretty plain at the moment, but once we add like pops of, well, where's my finger? Props here. I'm gonna fiddle around with the composition a bit more because a little bit lower and you can see the base. I mean, I could fix that in editing, but I'm just gonna fiddle around a bit more, but I'm mostly happy how that's starting to look. Now that I am happy with my lighting and the setup, the base of the setup, I'm gonna add the props now. Put a bunch of things there. I don't wanna overdo it, but I really wanna have a glass. So I'm gonna just use different textures. It's really good to use different textures in homeware. Once again, there is no one place to get your props. I just collect glassware as I go. Op shop, empty jars, and sometimes when you get flowers in vases. So I don't have loads, but I do have a bit of a glass collection. So I'm gonna see what works. Just removed some of this glassware before I break something. I do love this big pot. I've used it in their shoot before though, so I'm gonna change it up this time. Okay. Brung half the bush in with me. So I've even got like a big stick and I'm gonna see if I can use that as well. I think it's gonna look cool. Okay, I really like this stick, but I don't wanna break it without hurting myself. That wasn't so bad. Oh, that was more than I wanted. They don't always break where you want them to. I like these dried ones. They could be a bit more rustic, you know? Yeah, they might go with the colour scheme a bit more because the clock's that like muted yellow. The green sort of complements it, like really native. That's pretty cool. Okay, well, I might be onto something. Let's do with both. Let's do that one. I like adding the native leaves because they are a WA brand. You kind of see like the textures of the leaves there are already looking really cool from the first shot. I just need to play with the composition and stuff, but I like the choice. I think it's gonna look really good. So I'm pretty happy with the setup now. I've almost completed my first photo, and then from here, it'll be pretty quick. So I'm still gonna do a little bit more fiddling around, but that's lighting from the side. I'll move all that stuff out the way. But I can't, like, this is quite a minimalistic shoot, so I quite like how there's not too many props going on and like the clock is the main attraction. At the moment though, like the leaves stop at the same height as the clock. So I kind of want to change that. I either want to like bring them up a bit. You kind of want to create layers. Yeah, so I'm just gonna have a little play around, but pretty happy with it. First photo and setup done and dusted. I spent probably way too long just fiddling with the leaves over and over again, but really happy with the final result, and now I can bang out the other photos. I have to duck out to an appointment now, and then I'll continue when I get back, but I'll show you the setup. I've moved it around a little bit and taken a couple different photos. So the main photo is kind of like that. And yeah, so I've got my side lighting like I did. The soft key light is there, and I am actually using an optical snoot to cast a little bit of a light just on the clock, and it just, in camera, it just adds a little bit of a pop to it. It's super moody, super beautiful. I'm really happy with the final photo, and I hope the client is too. Day 2. Yesterday I finished all the shots I was doing on this first setup, which is the charcoal, and then I had an appointment and some errands to run, so I'm back today to finish the shoot, and we're going to swap this charcoal over to a olive, like a dark green setup, and do the other half of the products, or a little bit more than half. So here we go. Okay, so we're keeping like very similar lighting and just swapping out the charcoal for more of a green tone, but there will be a sense of consistency throughout the images. This is quite a blue-green teal, but I could tone it down so that it's a little bit more green in post. I'm just going to take some shots and see how the things look with the lights, because that always changes it. So we've got these coasters, they're copper. They're a beautiful like coppery colour. And they do go very well against green. And now, because they're smaller products, we can work in this section. Whereas if it was bigger products, I would have need to like make a big backdrop or paint a board or something. And then the rest can be added in post. Makes this is just the first test, but you can see that the green just really makes the like gold copper pop out. It's really nice. Yeah, okay, I like it. All right, I'm gonna iron it. It's working now, it's looking better already. All right, so I'll do the side light first. I've really been liking this strip light. It's so skinny and it's just casting like with homeware and like being copper and working with like elements. It really just has been like lighting up the products from the side and like really just catching the edges without blowing out the whole photo. And I think with being homeware, it's a bit moody and it feels really like home style. So yeah, loving the strip light. At the moment, I'll just leave the other one off and I will do just the strip light. Let's see what that looks like now. I really don't want too much light. I really want to separate it from the back. See what that looks like. Yeah, that's cool. Backdrop. I think I've gone back to the green on the base, not the teal. The only reason I'm like fussing about this is because the client wanted the green color. So if it was like free range, I'd probably just play around until I was happy, but I want to make sure I do the color that the client wants. So yeah, looking at that, I think that green is probably quite good. And then I just think maybe it's probably looking a bit blue, too blue. That does look amazing, but I think we'll go with the green as requested. So this is the green setup. Just picture that we're working in this area. Don't worry about that. So I am doing quite like over the top because these are coasters and they have like engraving. So kind of want to show it from above, and then I've got this light coming through and it kind of casting some like glassy shadows through the glasses, and they look pretty cool. And then this is actually a fill light now, and that's the main light. And this here is my final shot. Yay! All finished, final shot. This light is actually, the snoot light is the main one here. And this one is just a soft light. I'll show you. And this was supposed to be a minimalist shoot, and I've still managed to get stuff everywhere. Well, I have to clean up now, but I hope you enjoyed this job shadow today with Empire Copper. Be sure to follow along for more behind the scenes and job shadows. See you in the next one.